All right, we're on the field after the first American practice, joined by the offensive coordinator for the American team and the Giants running backs coach, Joel Thomas. Joel, how are you, man?
I'm wonderful. I'm out here coaching ball, future NFL draft picks. You know, we're the first pro experience that they get, and it's very invigorating. You know, to get out there, you got guys that are super green and they're eager to learn and put their best foot forward.
How'd it go today?
I think it went well. You know, obviously, we have a very limited time to put a game plan together, get everybody on the same page to go execute an offense. For me, calling into a microphone for the first time, getting used to that. But the kids have great tempo, energy, and I anticipate a much better and cleaner practice tomorrow.
So before I get to the kids, I want to talk about you. What is it like, calling in the plays, taking on the duties of an offensive coordinator as you try to move along and develop as a coach?
Well, obviously, your eyes get open to the responsibility that is involved with that role. And it's not just being the head coach of your position anymore. It's making sure everybody else is accountable to their position, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and putting together these pieces of the puzzle together so it creates a great, beautiful picture.
How nice is it to have Bake here doing the tight end work, so you have another kind of voice that you kind of know how to communicate?
Fortunately, with this coaching staff that I have, with Bake, I mean, obviously we're on the same page. James, Ferentz, obviously the O-line, I got my O-line guy, and then a couple other coaches I'd worked for or with at the Saints. So a lot of familiarity, not trying to figure out each other. We know what we want. There's clear vision, and we're ready to go.
And then you got Mike on the defensive side of the ball doing his thing too. So a lot of Giants on both sides. All right, now with the kids, how have they taken everything? It's so tough, to your point, to teach them everything so fast. How have they absorbed everything? What have been some of the challenges in trying to get them to absorb all this information in such a short period of time?
I think one of the main things is you start off, they have a lot of anxiety. When they're walking into this professional environment, they're seeing head coaches that they see on TV all the time, and it's a big step. So my job and our job as coaches is to try to loosen that anxiety, give them concepts that hopefully they can relate to quickly, because everybody comes from a different offense, different program, different learn style. So that's like one of the main things that we have to do. Then, for us, and I've always believed this, be yourself. If you're full of energy and enthusiasm, carry that all the way through. Don't be fake when you're in the meeting room and then on the practice field you're one thing different. So that's my motto as I roll and go, and I think they've adapted pretty nicely to make clear expectations as far as what we want and hit the ground running.
What have you been able to learn about these kids in a meeting room, on the practice field, talking to them, that you wouldn't be able to learn in a normal draft process where you're just meeting them at the combine, watching tape and things like that?
Well, you get to the combine and there's that carbon copy. Everybody's kind of prepared for the interviews, for the workouts and all that stuff. Where here, what I get out of it, I can see kids and the way I say kids, young men, the way that they handle the good and also the adversity, maybe a drop ball, a missed block. And I can get a little feel for how that person responds to all those circumstances. And those are huge when you're trying to build your team and create, dogs in your meeting room.
Any position groups stand out to you today during practice?
I'd say the composure with the quarterbacks was pretty solid. I like the way the receivers were competing. The tight ends, we hit a couple more balls with them. I'm trying not to be partial to running backs, so I'm not going to talk about them right now. That's the biggest change for me right now, too. Like, I want to gravitate to them, and I'm like, all right, I can keep my hands off for right now. And
you have some dudes there, too, by the way, that are pretty good.
Yeah. I've seen a couple, like I call them spaghetti sauce moves where, it may not have been perfect, the meal, and a little sauce on it will help it taste a little better. And they showed a little promise there.
Joel, good stuff, man. Good luck the rest of the week and have fun.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. Go Giants.